Hey everybody, and welcome back to Dark Souls. We're gonna go eventually to Sen's Fortress, but right now, what we need to do is to prepare ourselves for that trek. What we want to do is to go deeper down into Blighttown, to the Demon Ruins. Let's kindle this bonfire, though. It's not really... let's save it here just in case. That does maybe like a couple of extra feet that we don't have to run. Everybody else, every one of these egg carriers they're pretty much completely harmless except for the three near the bottom there, and I'm not sure why. What we want to do, though, is we want to go and defeat this boss, just because, well, we're here, and we still got a long trek going back to Sen's Fortress. As you can see, all around us is pretty much Izalith. It's, well, it's in ruins, and the main theme is fire, because that's where all the Witch of Izalith live. They pretty much got everything in fire. And right here is Ceaseless Discharge. Though he's not aggressive to us, not in the least. There are one of two ways we could fight him, and if I do this properly, we'll show you the developer's way of fighting him. As you can see, there's almost like no way for us to really run away, and he is, well, he's quite huge. Alright, let's get this started and hope we don't die. First and foremost, he will throw some lava our way, and now we gotta get going. There's a small little alcove over here, acts as sort of a... well, sort of like a shortcut. Either way, we gotta get going back to that nice gate that we have going on. Now, the theory of Ceaseless Discharge is that it was a child of one of the Daughters of Chaos. Here we go. And this is how we defeat Ceaseless Discharge. Off he goes into the pit. With him dead, the lava just stopped spewing forth from him. We're not going to continue on. Maybe we will. Actually, because there is another fight that I want to do before we leave. And in there, in this huge, almost cooking pot, you can see that's actually where the Great Hollow, which is that huge tree, is growing out of. And that's going to be our eventual destiny. We want to go through there. And look, it's our buddy the Capra Demon. Still fairly easy. Of course. We have to make sure that we don't get hit by one of his attacks either. I was hoping for his machete. It's really an awesome weapon. Luckily, he respawns. And what else respawns is, well, these other Capra demons. Now then, I want to make sure that I have gone far ahead just enough. Doesn't seem like that. The trigger for this one to spawn is definitely harder than most others. Without aggroing them. Oh, you know what? That's right. I need to get an item before he can spawn in here. Never mind. I'll go and see you back outside of Quelaag's domain, and we'll go and get everything situated properly. Alright, everybody, and welcome back. We're gonna go and actually continue our way back to, well, the Firelink Shrine. But before we do, there are still quite a few items that we need to get. We're going to switch off from our power within to our fireball, because if we happen to get maybe poisoned or any other unfortunate side effect, power within's only going to help us to die faster. Our hand's only at level 8. We still need 2 more levels before we can get a hold of that other secret NPC. We'll be coming back, so there's no worries on that either. And this is generally a pain in the ass for a lot of people because, well, the way this works is, well, platforming, and platforming's never really great in both Demon and Dark Souls. We got some mosquitoes following us. Not quite. We don't want to go across the bridge just yet, for the simple fact that pain in the ass mosquitoes. This is why I don't like Blighttown, actually. The only problem is the mosquitoes that just spawn constantly, and it just takes them forever to stop spawning. And they're really hard to hit. Be wary of strong poison, that's why we have that shield on. Actually, let's see about getting our evil eye going. Since we're out of the swamp, there's no reason for us to really have anything but either an evil eye or a poise ring. You can actually snipe these guys fairly easily, but I kind of like to brute force everything. Oh, good, good. After a while, they do tend to forget you. Not that I'm complaining. As far as I'm concerned, these guys can go to hell. What I could do is I could go fall down and get the Firekeeper soul down there, but we still have to come back down as well because there's still a couple of other items, so let's... Poisoning might have been a better idea considering the dogs that we're fighting. Or I could be gaining health every time I kill them. There's also another unique feature is that you do more damage if somebody's doing a different action. So jumping, things like that, you might have noticed that on the Capra Demon when we initially fought him. The Hellhounds seem to have not as much aggro range as the Undead Berg Hounds. So, I mean, that's a good thing. We got our second Firekeeper soul. And there's actually a couple of things we can do with that. We can go to the Firelink Shrine to get that reinforced. But we'll quickly find out that that's not gonna happen. I'll go and get it reinforced after all this, but as of right now, we'll just kind of act as everything is copacetic. You can go down the ladder, but this part has always put me on edge, especially because of that guy. Okay. Ah, the Sealer set. I love the Sealer set. I don't know, just like the way it looks. And we got the sorcery remedy, which, oh, name says it all. Oh, jeez. This is what I don't like about traveling across. That's what I hate. Alrighty, everybody. Well, we're gonna go mosey our way back to our body. Yeah, this area is always a pain in the butt because just the way it works. Especially with mosquitoes too. You know what? We're getting out of here. Alrighty, now then. Yeah, I mean, we're poisoned. Not even gonna bother with that anymore. Though, what I am gonna bother with is getting us out of Blighttown. Not for the last time, unfortunately, but for a good while. We won't be returning here. I will definitely be happy when we don't have to deal with the damn mosquitoes. And we have the key to the New Londo ruins. If we didn't have the master key, that would be great. Otherwise, we'd have to go through the Valley of the Drakes, and the Valley of the Drakes sucks. Oh, okay, you want a double roar? You could go ahead and do that. Got more dung pies. I mean, they're really good in PvP. The only problem is that, well, right now, we haven't been really fortunate enough to get invaded or anything like that. And in fact, I know I'm not in human form, but the chances of us being invaded through this little path is so little, it doesn't even matter. And this place should be starting to look very familiar. We can actually continue going through here, but there's still not a point to us to do that just yet. Might as well call the elevator down. And actually, let's see what we got, which is the Gold Hem set. It is completely unupgradable, but considering how much, well, everything it's giving us, the only downside would, giving us major fire resist. And actually, I think our gloves might be better than what we have, but let's just equip it just for fun. And yeah, we have almost no curse resistance. Pretty much looking like a Dark Wraith now. It has probably the single best fire resist in the game. But yeah, sad thing is, we can never upgrade it. And wait. Black Eye Orb. Let's go and give that a quick look. Invade the world of the murder of the Firekeeper. And he gives us a little hint on where exactly we can find.
Did you ring the second bell? That is incredible, I must say. But now we have a new problem. It's noisy, it snores, and its breath is lethal. This is no laughing matter, I tell you.
Not every bonfire is one that we can light. We do need a Firekeeper to do one of the main bases. And look at this thing.
Ah, hello. Was it you who rang the Bell of Awakening? I am the Primordial Serpent, King Seeker Framt, close friend of the great Lord Gwyn, chosen undead who has rung the Bell of Awakening, I wish to elucidate your fate. Do you seek such enlightenment?
Might as well. That is a toothy smile.
Very well. Then I am pleased to share. Chosen Undead, your fate is to succeed the great Lord Gwyn, so that you may link the fire, cast away the dark, and undo the curse of the undead. To this end, you must visit Anor Londo and acquire the Lord Vessel. I am pleased to see you well. Is it something urgent?
And this is our way of selling items. I wouldn't ever feed a slab. Red and blue Titanites maybe, but anything else, no. There is something we could always... that people always find funny, though. Look at that. A dung pie will give us 200 souls. And we can almost always guarantee that a dung pie will drop off of those fat, disgusting creatures.
Those who seek the realm of lords must brave Sen's fortress, a deadly house of traps. Many have gone before you, but none have returned. Fate has chosen you, but proceed with caution. Farewell, chosen undead.
Alright, so we know pretty much now the second part of our quest, which is to succeed Lord Gwyn, and hey, nobody's here. Well, they did say they were going on a quest. Also, the gold hem set, that is pretty much what the Daughters of Chaos wore throughout the war with the Great Dragons. It only reinforces that their element is fire. Alright, and actually, let's go and, well, for one, rest at the bonfire. And reverse our hollowing. And we're gonna go and fight that Titanite demon that we skipped initially. And you can see what we're gonna do. It's gonna be one of those fun fights. Now then. One of the main gimmicks is that, well, we could hide behind this pillar, and he would almost always shoot his lightning at us, but we can't let that happen. The best way, and generally one of the worst ways too, is to stay really close to the Titanite demon, because, well, they do a lot of damage either by their spells or by their physical attacks. And as you can see, we got hit twice. Once by the tail and another by the actual pole. Now then, what would be best is either we can bait him into jumping or casting a spell. What we want to do, if we do have to be hit by him, is to, well, be hit by the tail because it does less stamina damage. And this is probably one of the weakest Titanite demons we fight. And we only just got the Demon Titanite, which is nice. Don't get me wrong, it's very nice, but it's not what we need. Alrighty, and with that though, I want to thank you all for joining me again on this episode of Dark Souls, and we will see you all in the future. Just don't want to die before signing off though. Thank you all again, and we'll see you in Sun's Fortress.